Welcome to Dukes United show, and it's the preview to the next game. We've been missing a few games, not too happy, but Garth, I'm happy we got a game again finally. Give enough time for a lot of the boys to get a bit of rest, and actually for people like Casemiro to get inside the training ground and actually train with the boys a bit more on little tactics and stuff. So how are you feeling about the game today anyway? Tomorrow, sorry.
Yeah. I know, as I said to you just before, I know a lot of people are going to be giving me that they beat Real Madrid or the year before last, whenever it was. But listen, they're Moldovan champions. We need to be bowling in there like they're nothing. I mean, no disrespect, but we need the win. We're Man United, and we've got a squad that's worth over $1 billion. We need to walk in there and just be like that. We're winning this game. So it's going to be tough. Oh, it's not going to be tough. If we get put on the back foot early, it's going to be a struggle for us because we don't seem to be able to break teams down. But I'm confident, man. It's Sharif. We should beat them. I said that about Real Sociedad as well, and they outplayed us for 90 minutes, basically. So,
yeah, well, you know what? When I look back now, I was obviously reflecting on what's what, and if you think about it, we did play pretty much the centre back pairing that we've had no joy with all of last year. We've lost game after game, and then we kind of changed up everything in midfield and attack. So you can't really expect us to actually, like the second team now, we're looking at them as a second team going, that's pretty good. But actually, it's still pretty bad. It's still lost plenty games and played pants against plenty teams last year and were relegation fodder, to be fair. And that's what's going to happen every time we revert back to that, to me. So that's what I think. That's why I reflected on it. And it was no surprise. Look, I'm not saying that the boys played that badly in the game because they didn't. Like Maguire, Lindelof, they didn't play badly in terms of not being able to defend, but not being able to progress the ball. That was a major downfall to our team in that game. I was there at the game with my son, and we're watching. We're going, why are they not playing the ball? We kept the ball, in good possession, left to right, and then we just, as soon as we got under pressure, we went to the keeper, and he boots it. So we've wasted 3, 4, 5 minutes trying to keep the ball and look good. You're not actually doing anything with it. And it wasn't until Martinez comes on and he absolutely puts urgency into the side, gets the ball, bang, straight through the lines. Go on, guys. You get on with it. And it makes the other players play better. That's why Casemiro played so bad. Because he's getting the ball under so much pressure. No one putting the ball through to him quickly and early. And now he's under pressure. He's going to lose it. And he's trying to force it because he knows what he's brought in to do. So I think it's a bit of a killer on him. And a bit of a killer when a lot of players play with them, especially Maguire, I've got to say. They play with him, they spend so much time having to worry about him and helping him than playing their own game. Sorry, that's the way it is for me.
Mate, listen, he's not digging at Maguire anymore. Like, stats mean quite a bit to me. I'm a stats man, and we've lost 3 games this year, and each of those games he started at centre-back. Like, literally, what I mean? It's madness. Like, he is just not... Everything you said all last season, like, and obviously... you see it from a much more ex-player, because like you can tell how you would feel on the pitch. The rest of us don't really see it like that. So I wasn't on board immediately that you're like, he brings the entire team down. Everyone's looking after him, but it's so blatantly true. Like, you can tell it now. Like, you can. Casemiro is the best defensive midfielder in the world right now, and he looks like a public player with Maguire and Lindelof behind. Because exactly what you're saying, every time he picks up the ball, he's got nothing. Listen. Maguire, Lindelof, I don't want to see that partnership. Like, unless we're playing League Cup against Port Vale or something, and even then I'm going to be worried, mate. Yeah, I don't want to see that partnership anymore. And it really illuminates getting rid of Bailly as a madness decision as well now.
Oh, mate, I am so worried that the fact that we haven't got him, our season is going to be... Our season, we're going to get less than what we expect to get, because when they come in for an injured Martinez or Varane, what we going to do? We ain't got nothing anymore. We got no Bailly. We decided to get rid of the one guy who could actually come in and replace one of those two while they're injured. But anyway, let's see what happens. And we just got to write this season off, really. I'm actually foreseeing getting very close, but then looking back on the season going, you know what? Our first team, if we could play with them all season, we would have got to where we would expect to get. But we're going to lose the vital points when our team gets changed. Seriously. That's what I can see.
100%. We just got fingers crossed, hope, pray that Varane and Martinez are not injured together at any point. So surely one's going to pick up and knock somewhere. But if they're both down, and we're back to Maguire, Lindelof again. It's exactly what we said at the start of the show, mate. Like, I'm all for giving second chances to people. You know what I mean? Like Martial, Rashford. I don't want to see anyone get abuse and say that they're not good enough and things like that. But he's had chance after chance now. Well, they both have, Lindelof and Maguire, but they can't. They can't.
True.
Yes, yeah,
True.
yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing, yeah. I'm now looking back at everyone. I had a friend of mine saying the same thing about Shaw. Like, in my mind, I know he's still good enough, but he's not producing, if you get what I mean. But then, you know, when you look at Delo last year and the years before, and we're looking at him going, we're waiting to see him play well. And then all of a sudden, he's now playing very, very well. We were waiting to see Martinez when he first come in, thinking, how good is this guy? He looked very, very bad in the first 2 games. And then you're looking at Eriksen in his game against Brentford, you're going, Eriksen, how is he losing the ball? How comes a player of his ability losing the ball? So we're talking about all these players who can actually play well. I'm going to put Shaw in that bracket and I'm going to say, listen, the jury's out still. I'm going to say, I want to see you with Martinez and Varane next to you, and let's see if you can bring up your game. Because I believe he should be able to. And that's why McTominay looks so great as well. He's got great players around him now, and now McTominay just has to do his job, and look how he looks. So, think of that's every player pretty much. So I'm not just saying it and sounding like, you know what? I always feel like I'm taking the mick and really going in on him, but it is really what I see. You know?
Yeah. And McTominay's not just Maguire either. McTominay's game's been freed up by having Eriksen next to him as well. So he hasn't got to worry about passing forward now. So, because that was Maguire, not Maguire, so McTominay, we always said, like, he's good at what he does. Like the phrase always was ratting about, doing the hard yards, the dirty miles and everything. But he has got no expansive play. Now he's got an Eriksen next to him. It lifts his game. Now he ain't got to worry about Maguire and Lindelof having he ain't got to track back every 2 minutes, lifting up his game. I agree with you with Shaw because we've all seen what Shaw can do, mate. We've seen it. You know what I mean? And that's what the most annoying thing about Shaw is. I know your level, mate, now. Like, I know your level. And for some reason, you just don't get there very often. So, yeah.
Yeah. They're probably going to do a tribute to the Queen in the match. R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth. Yep, exactly. But look, there's a lot to be happy about as well because the team is now shaping up to actually be able to do. Everyone's going to do what they're able to do. One thing I do want to see, which I saw at the game, I was a little bit upset about, was we're not finding our wingers quick enough. Like Anthony was sitting out wide and he had a quiet game. But the amount of times he was looking at Delo, just give me the ball. Just give me the ball. I'll lay it back to you. No problem. And then there'll be times where I'm luring him in and then you'll see them flicks round the corners, what we've seen him in his highlights. That's what he's there to do. And then I watched Ajax yesterday. I don't know if you watched them versus Liverpool. I watched him to see how they play under pressure. And I could see why he would play great in that kind of side. They don't care how much pressure they're on. They're popping that ball everywhere. Man United need to get to that. You look at him, he's free, he's favourite, give him it. He'll give it you back. And then you can play to someone else. Trust the guys, man. Trust the guys. Otherwise, we're going to have games, and there'll be plenty of them, where Anthony and Sancho are going to be so quiet, and we're going to be like, they didn't have the best games. They're not the best. Get them the ball. Get him the ball.
And that what you just said there, Nath, is why, as much as I'm appreciating Scotty Tuotti's form at the moment, I would have Casemiro in there over him, no matter how well Scott's playing, because of that pass, that quick ball that he can release out to the wingers, the spray pass that he can give. It suits what I can see Ten Hag's system becoming much better than McTominay. But McTominay's played really, really well in the games that he's played. But again, I'm saying that he didn't play too well in the first 2 games when we had Maguire and
yeah.
That'd be a miracle England win the World Cup, mate. I just for the Queen.
I thought so, but yeah, you're damn right, Garth. Exactly what you said there. Like McTominay is very good at what he does, and I think against the bigger teams where we're not favourite, he'll be great to be in there because we won't be ball controlling the ball as much. But in this game, mate, we should have Casemiro in there, getting his legs back, getting him used to the first team, and seeing what he can do with the first team. If he starts playing bad with this team, then you go, listen, McTominay should sit back in there, and Casemiro, you need to work hard to get yourself in. But I wouldn't drop McTominay. But the thing is, this is a cup game where Casemiro has to come in. You can't buy £50-something million player who is recognised as probably the best central defensive midfielder out there in the game. You can't just not put him in the side. It's like buying Mbappe and going, Rashi's playing well. Mbappe, mate, you got to sit down. Like, it's not happening. I know it's not. He's not the same, but you know what I mean. He's got
Mate,
to
it's harsh.
come in
Yeah.
start. Yeah.
Yeah, it's harsh on McTominay. It really is, because his game has just elevated out of nowhere. But the reason we've got Casemiro is because McTominay was so average for so long that we couldn't
Like the
trust
other
him.
side.
And now,
Like the other
now,
side.
admittedly in the other side, but still, like, you know what I mean? You can't blame everything. And now, just because he's had a few games, it's Casemiro, mate. It's a cup game against Moldovan champions. Like, if you're not going to play Casemiro here, like exactly what you're saying, like, when are you going to give him his minutes?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like you said, when we come against the big teams in the Premier League and we need a bit more legs in the centre, then McTominay's a starter guaranteed on this form. So
I wouldn't even mind seeing them both play in games where you've got to smack, like you got to play against a City away. I'd play them both. If you give Casemiro this game and he plays well, I'd be playing Casemiro and McTominay possibly to just make sure we can get about them and make sure they don't concede.
Yeah.
And then let the other boys get forward. Eriksen sitting in there. The only problem is you're missing out on an Eriksen or Bruno, aren't you? So you can't.
No, yeah, but what I was thinking is Casemiro, I've watched his highlight reels. Like, he's got a pass on him. So if we can unlock that passing ability from him, it's not that he can replace Eriksen, because Eriksen's magnificent, but he can do a job with the passing that when we lose from Eriksen. It's not nowhere near it, but still, I'd rather we be secure at the back. We've got so much creativity up front. I think that I'd agree with you, mate. McTominay and Casemiro, I'd like to see that. And then you have Eriksen or Bruno, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I just don't see him taking out Eriksen or Bruno now. I just feel like they're two that are cemented in the side and nothing's going to change there. But anyway, I know we had a lot to talk about, guys. We haven't spoken in a while. So we got lots to think about, lots to say. But we'll put that in another show. At the moment, this is the preview for the Sheriff match. So let's get that part out of the way. I know there's another comment gone in. Dick Emery says, have to be honest, I've seen nothing to get excited about regards to Casemiro yet. McTominay starts. Yeah, if you said that before Varane and Martinez played, you'd say exactly the same thing about McTominay. What we do with McTominay here. So it's all about teams. Put him in with the first team, and let's see how he gets on. And let's remember who Casemiro is. He's earned his stripes. He's earned his stripe.
I just keep coming back. I keep coming back to this. Unless we get Port Vale in the FA Cup or the League Cup, this 2 games against Sheriff are literally our easiest games of the season. Like, easiest wrong way to put it, because they're still a decent footballing team, but they're the least of our opposition of all the teams we play this season. You know what I mean? They're the lesser known ones. We've got to give Casemiro a minute somewhere. I agree with everyone in the chat saying that McTominay's been awesome and he deserves his place. He does, but you've got to think of this game as a League Cup away against a championship or first division team. That's it's not Real Sociedad. So no, yeah.
But one thing's for sure, we've got to play our first team. I don't want to see. Enough playing. I don't want to see Shaw on this. I don't mind Shaw too much if Martinez and Varane play it, like I said before. But yeah, we don't want to play too many players out. But look, here's the team news: Martial is out, Rashford is out, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's out, and Donny van de Beek's out. I knew I saw something with Rashi in that Man United game where he's holding his leg. I knew he's going to need 2-3 weeks to come back from whatever he's done. He must have slightly twinged something.
It looked like a hammy, down the bottom, like a hammy.
So he's going to be out for 10 days minimum, maybe 14 days to make sure, or maybe even another week after this to make sure that Man City game will be aiming to come back for. And I'm guessing Martial should be back for that game as well. I know he's been out for quite a while, but I think he must be training and playing in behind closed doors from next week onwards or something.
Next week.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that that's going to happen and he'll be ready to actually play in the game. But you know what thing he's like, innit? He'll put him on the bench. So anyway, talk me through.
No, because he's not training at the moment.
Isn't he?
I'm worried about Martial, mate. I'll go. I think you may have said it again, or Kieran, or someone, or Steve. It's turning into one of them injuries, mate, where it's like there's no date to come back, nothing confirmed, nothing concrete. We don't even really know what's wrong with him. You know what I mean? And I feel really bad for him as well, because he's not just walking back. Well, Martial's, no, I haven't yet. No, where he was. No, I haven't. No. What, with Sky or with MUTV with who? I haven't even seen it, mate, to be fair.
He had an interview when he was, I think, somewhere. I don't know where he was, but he's basically had an interview talking about his time with Oli, his time with...
I did. Yeah, no, sorry. Yes. Where he didn't... A lot of people saying he's throwing Oli under the bus, but he wasn't. He was just telling it how it was, mate. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I didn't see it. I saw the experts from it, though, if you know what I mean.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot for me, because when I'm watching him, obviously, as a striker. I'm looking at him, I'm going... What are you doing, mate? Why are you not working hard? Why are you not running? like, what is going on? We need to just let you go, mate, because you're not trying. And then I've been through it myself as well as a player, so I understand exactly what he said. He said Ollie wanted him to play, said he needed him, even though he was injured. He said he could not run, yet his manager still wanted him to play. Now, that's a major problem because you know what? When you go on the pitch, everyone assumes you're fit. And everyone is going to say, what the hell are you doing if you're not playing up to the 100% levels? That's not fair. Unless Ollie says, listen, Martial is injured, but I need him. I need him to play. But he's never going to say that. So you're always putting yourself in a position to get shot down. I did it. I went to Greece, yeah. I went to Greece. I played for Skoda Gdanski. And the exact thing happened to me. I'd done my my meniscus, and I couldn't use my leg. I got the operation, come back, and I had no power in my leg at all. I felt like, oh my gosh, I can't move. Like, I cannot move at all. And they wanted me to play. We were in a relegation battle. They wanted me to play. I said, listen, I'm like 20% right now. Not even 50. I'm 20. If you're talking about pace, yeah, let's say I was 82, 83 pace. I was like 20 pace.
I was going to say, yeah.
It was that bad. I'm telling you, I couldn't move to save my life. And they still saying, listen, you got to play. I'm like, but I can't, just play the other player. He's going to be better than me. There's no point playing me. No, you're playing. I'm like, oh my days. And I play and I'm
Did you actually play on it? Oh, no, yeah.
Crap. I couldn't move.
Well, you have a torn meniscus, did you?
No, so what it is, you have the op.
Post-op. Yeah, sorry, post-op, yeah.
You have no muscle left. Because
yeah.
Then you have to like re-strengthen the muscles all around your legs. Then you have, it's like you have no strength whatsoever. Then all of a sudden the strength all comes back. So you feel like an old man, and then all of a sudden it changes. So in regards to that with Martial, he's playing with an injury which kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then he's saying, I couldn't even run. So that explains everything to me, that's not right. And then when he goes on loan, remember, he's still injured.
Yeah.
So now he gets injured while he's there. And we're all like, this guy, man, he's injury prone. He's injured again. Look at him. He's just going to keep getting injured. But he's come back now, and he might still have a problem which he aggravated and made much worse than if he was to just rest at that time and get fit. So that's a big thing, a big thing, and a reason why he'd said what he said. So, yeah, I'm done with Martial. Sell him, see? You see? What Martial says?
Martial, I feel for him now, but I actually do think that he's missed his opportunity to reingratiate himself into the team. Unless there's an injury now in the season, then he's not. Rashi's doing all right. I want to see him play because him and Rashford seem to like unlock each other. They seem to play really well with each other. But his form in pre-season was excellent form in pre-season. But this is what I mean. How long was he played this season now? Like he played 45 minutes in the lot. Is that all he's played all season? 45 minutes.
45 against Liverpool. And is that it?
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's all he's done.
So, mate, I'm sorry.
He's gonna get his chance, but he just needs to stay fit this time. Like, come get rid of all your injuries and come back, and then just please be a mainstay in this side because we want to see that preseason form. Garth, talk me through your lineup anyway for this tomorrow. Talk me through this.
Yeah, well, honestly, this changed completely from. Like I said, if we'd had the game at the weekend, we'd won. And we've got another game coming up at the weekend. I would have put a youth team out against these, but not a youth team, but the second string team. But we lost against Sociedad. We need not as strong as we possibly can, but close to it. Well, that is actually our full strength team. We need our full strength team out there. I'm just looking at it again now. Like, no, I took them all out. I took every one of them out. I had a few of the kids in there. I think I had Iqbal in there at one point. You know what I mean? Get them all out. Strongest Tiraspol team that we can field right now. I don't mean any, apart from the only one you can talk about is Scott McTominay for Casemiro, but we've explained that one, why I think he needs the minutes, you know what I mean? We've got to get the win. So Ronaldo through the centre, let him devastate. Sancho and Anthony on the wings. I can actually see Sancho and Anthony complimenting Ronaldo through the middle quite well because of the way, Fernandes and Eriksen, we need them. Yeah, and so, it's our strongest possible lineup that we can put out there, and we've got to. Some players they've got to talk players, you know what I mean? I don't think it's that. Yeah. From what I read, I think it's a bit of a storm in the teacup, what he said, you know what I mean? It wasn't that horrific. Like, I've seen worse. But listen, strongest possible team. We need the 3 points. And then if we're 3-0 up half time, bring on the kids, bring on the Iqbal, bring on the Charlie McNeil.
Exactly,
job done.
Give players a rest. and let other players come in and get their minutes, which they should have
Yeah.
been getting if we would have played well and won the first game. But again, it's away as well. It's not going to be easy to go there. You know what it's like. Them hostile places away from home. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare. But as long as we're strong enough, we'll get ourselves ahead.
That's what I say. Yeah. A lot of people say this about away grounds in Europe, and like, yes, I'm sure, but like, it isn't Galatasaray. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that in '95. With do you remember them scenes in Galatasaray when we turned up out there? Was it '95, '96, whenever it was?
Yeah.
'94 maybe.
I'm playing in these
madness.
It's mad. I'm telling you.
There you go. Then.
Yeah. 5,000 supporters, and it feels like madness. Like you got 50,000. That's what I played in Greece. They make so much noise. They make this so much singing, so much fireworks, everything. It's mad, and it does make a difference. I'm telling you. So yeah, why drop McTominay, keep a winning side? Casemiro hasn't been part of one. He's been part of a winning side. Just won the Champions League. Come on.
No, I think he means Man United, but it was also second last side. We now 2 wins against, or 3 wins, weren't he, in the Premier League as well? Listen, Sir Alex, I've made very clear why I think Casemiro starts over McTominay. He needs the minutes. And McTominay's the sort of player in my mind that he's match fit now, and he isn't going to miss 90 minutes like for his fitness. You know what I mean?
I'd give them both some minutes in the game anyway. I think they're both.
Oh yeah.
But I think
starting
start the game and get used to integrating into the side, because in the end, we're going to need a player of his caliber in terms of being able to keep the ball. Like, remember, we played against Arsenal. We won the game. But if you really think about it, they dominated us at Old Trafford. Why do we want to be dominated at Old Trafford? We need to be able to get on the ball and dominate these teams. Like, they shouldn't be touching the ball. I'm not saying it's McTominay's fault at all, because he played a great game. But when you look at it, we need every player to be press resistant and be able to play very intricate balls, and the error should be very low. And that's what Casemiro is. He's got great experience, won Champions Leagues all over the place, and he knows what he's doing. So for us to get to them levels, we have to play the players who can play them levels. As good as McTominay is at winning the ball and stuff, he's not an intricate passer of the ball, and he doesn't pass balls through the lines quickly all the time. No. That's like once in a lifetime that you see. Very, very good at winning the ball. And the reason why he looks so good is because he was winning the ball, winning headers, and just laying it off to Eriksen or someone else. And then we get a chance from it, and then a goal from it. And you're winning games. All that defensive side, when you're defending, it looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. It's really enhanced. So, yeah, I understand. McTominay is great. He's been playing great. But that's also because other players around him, like you say. Who cares about Madrid? I know. He has to do well for United. But like I said, don't throw him under the bus when he plays with Maguire. Like, throw him under the bus if he plays bad with Martinez, Varane, Malassi and Dalot, and then, Eriksen and Bruno in there. Then we'll say, yeah, you know what, mate, you can't play that kind of level. You can't drop another 4 or a 5 in another game with the big boys. Otherwise, you do deserve to sit down with the other boys. McTominay sitting here all the time. I agree. So, yeah.
We said that as well.
Go on.
We said this as well, didn't we? Play Casemiro and McTominay if needed. You know what I mean? Like,
you have to get the job done. My team is actually same as yours.
It's exactly the same as you.
You done well. We finally got the same.
Yeah, it's got the same team. We have to, because exactly what I said. We've got to play our strongest team, man. So,
like I say, we better get the 3 points. We better get ourselves up this table and stay ahead. And as simple as that. So Alex Carrington Keenan says, let's hope we win the game with Casemiro on the side, otherwise I'm coming for you. It won't be his fault, that's for sure.
It depends who's playing at the back, mate, before you start that. Like we keep saying, it really depends who's back there. So listen, if we're going Maguire Lindelof, I change everything I say, you play Scott McTominay. 100%.
Yeah, I would. So then he gets the bad game, and then everyone starts saying McTominay's crap again. But it's just what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But this team should be capable enough, shouldn't they? Should be capable to get goals, get stuff going.
Plus, I always stick with this. With Spanish, with players that come from Spain, man, I always say it takes them half a season minimum. Look at Varane. Look at it takes most of them. It takes them half a season to get used to the pace and power and the physicality of the Premier League and the way that we play football. So I've got no worries about Casemiro, and I've got no worries about Scott McTominay. We've got a lot of games coming. Minutes will be had. We've got a full squad that needs to be played. So yeah, I've got no worries about either of them, to be fair, anymore.
Well, Garth, you've predicted a 4-1 scoreline. And you've got Ronaldo to bag 2 and Anthony and Sancho. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah. Why are you going for such a big score?
Because it's needed, man. I think I like to hope, and listen. I keep coming back to this, and I'm gonna be eating humble pie tomorrow when we get beat 2-1 by them. You know what I mean? They're the Moldovan, they're the Moldovan champions, people. It's Moldova. Like I don't want to be disrespectful, but come on now. Like I don't care. We're Man United. This is my hopeful score. If we turn up and play well, that is the score I'm expecting. Like I'll put 4-0 in to begin with, Nate. I only put the 1 in because I was like, you know what, they're gonna think that's too much.
Wow. Nah, if the boys play that your starting lineup plays, I see a clean sheet. That's for sure.
Yeah, there you go then. Yeah.
So I've gone with a more respectable, kind of relaxed, a pragmatic 2-0. I think Ronaldo will get off the mark today.
He needs to. That's the other thing. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, he needs to.
Yeah. He ain't gonna play too many games without scoring a goal, and especially in the more stronger side, he will get chances and he will score. No doubt about it. Casemiro does need to prove himself in the Premier League. But like Garth said, he will come good. Yes, he will, Harry. And as just long as you're not playing Harry.
Just I didn't even.
You sit on the bench. That's your best position. And then
cheerleader, mate. Right. Just hype him up, bruv. Hype him up from the bench. That's all we need. So
the match reaction is actually going to be at 8:45. We've actually rejigged a few things. We realised that we like to watch, some of the reaction from Sky Sports and BT Sport. So instead of missing all of that, we're going to watch it too. We're going to digest what they've got to say, and then we'll have more to talk about after the show. So it's always 3 hours after kickoff, and usually around about 1 hour after the end of the game. So that should work out a lot better for all of us. Obviously, if the game's very late, we may do a show in the morning as well. Soon when the game's at 8:00 p.m. We might jump on at 10:30 or something, or we might jump on in the morning where it gives us time to kind of digest everything, understand it, and then see what's what on the Friday. So let's take a quick look. We got a few more here. You're done with Martial. I'm done with De Gea. Drop him. Wow.
The problem with that is we don't have anyone. Like, I would agree with you about De Gea. Like in the modern game now, we need a sweeper keeper. Like we do. I agree with Marcel, and I agree with everyone else. I was backing De Gea. I think you were as well, Nate, weren't you? For the longest time. He's still our best goalkeeper, though. At Man United, he's the best goalkeeper by a long way. I like Tom Heaton, and I don't mind Dubravka, but they are backup goalkeepers. No two ways about it. There's no shame in that either.
Yeah. So, end of the day, he's not going to pass the ball around. We know that. I don't know why he's not got good enough to do that. But look, let's just keep doing what we're doing, and then we'll get a new keeper by the end of the season or something, and hopefully he'll be great with his feet and with his hands, not just good with his feet. And what you're finding with a lot of these players, keepers who are good with their feet, they're conceding goals a lot these days, So don't really, be careful what you're wishing for too much, because that's like goals just given away. Like, how many times now have these keepers? Look at Mendy the other day. Like, it was poor. It was so poor. It just got done. And even last season, Champions League, he got done. Like, big games. The players, he's very good. He's done very well with his feet, very good with his hands. But look, he made them mistakes and they lost Champions League. So I disagree. Dubravka is better than De Gea. Okay. I want to see Dubravka. I don't really know much about him.
He's all right.
Let's see.
If Lady Devil's still watching, I'll put it out to you. In what sense? Because there's no way he's a better shot stopper than De Gea. So if you're coming down to his distribution, all right, fine. But then exactly. You're taking away shot stop. This is the problem with De Gea. You're taking away the shot stopping ability of De Gea for the distribution skills of someone. Because in my mind, there is no way that Dubravka is better than De Gea at shot stopping. You know what I mean? Like Newcastle letting him go out on loan to us. Like he's not even Newcastle's third choice goalkeeper, and they're letting him come to. Like, come on now.
Let me sign it.
No, it's loan. Just a loan. It's just a loan, mate. Yeah, it's just a loan.
He has to be bought if he plays a certain amount of games. That's
so I would have thought so. Yeah, 5 mil. Yeah, 5 mil. That's why he's not in the team. I've just realised that. That's why he ain't gone in it.
I was thinking, you know what? He's gonna get a game, a little rotate. No chance. That's 5 games will come quick. Like in these games, it'll be as soon as this bit is over, we have to buy him. So nah.
Yeah, I mean 5 mil. Like, he's decent. He is decent. That's what I mean. I'm not saying he ain't half decent. It's just from in my mind, people have got too much on this. De Gea can't pass malarkey, and he can't. But you're forgetting how good he is as a shot stopper. That's the problem. You act like he's absolute rubbish just because he can't pass the ball out from the back, and he is not. this season alone, he's pulled out a couple of saves other keepers don't make. They just don't make these saves. So I understand where people are coming from. I agree. I think it's a priority next season that we look for a real sweeper keeper with passing ability. You know what I mean? But
let me just
but
check
no.
out. And now, just another thing, just to note about the weekly show. I was just checking that again. I just can't remember. What did we have now? We're doing it on Fridays, and it was
6 p.m.
6 till 7, wasn't it? So I was right. Yeah. So the weekly show at the moment, because we've got all of the Europa games every single Thursday, and it's killing our show. We're gonna move it to 6 p.m. Friday. Gonna get the job done 6 till 7. Get the job done in it. And then me and Garth, we're still gonna do the obviously the preview to the games on the Friday for the weekend games as well. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get this on. That will probably be a lot earlier, maybe 11 o'clock or something like that. But we'll get it out to you guys. Don't worry about that. We'll get a lot coming. We got a lot of upgrades and the little bits and pieces to different shows that we're going to be doing as well. So yeah, watch this space. It's going to be good. But before that, let's take a look at these comments. We've got we will win nothing with De Gea in goal. Ooh. And why are you all against De Gea? We need him. I ain't against De Gea.
No.
I ain't against.
I think it's all about the comments. Yeah.
We know that.
Listen, the do what did he done? Like, listen, I don't agree with that entirely. We can win stuff with De Gea in goal. We really can.
Yeah, we already have. He's been with us for years, and he's won stuff, hasn't he? Did he win
he won. He must have won at least one Premier League. We did sign him 2011. We signed, so he must have won at least one Premier League. But I don't think he's won the Europa League, did he? Because I'm presuming we had a backup goal. We had Romero in goal, didn't we?
Yeah,
I would have presumed I would have presumed in like. Did he win the FA Cup with Louis van Gaal? Was he playing then? I can't remember, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, he must have played. He must have played there. So, yeah.
I can't remember. But like back to Dubravka, I've just looked it up. He's not even in his national team, Dubravka. I know De Gea isn't either, you know what I mean? But we're talking about Slovakia here. Like he's not even third choice goalkeeper there. So yeah. Listen, I'm not really anti De Gea, but I do think the problem we've got with De Gea though is his wages. Like no one's going to sign him, and that's the other big problem we've got with him. We're the only club in the top 6 who hasn't changed. But
we do need a new keeper. That's better, of course. But I don't think he's that bad that he's going to kill us like what everyone else.
3-4 years ago, David De Gea was in the conversation as one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not 4 or 5 years ago when we gave him that contract and everything. So it's not like we've been sitting on our hands. It's only the last couple of years that it's become very apparent that every other squad has moved forward with their goalkeeping options,
and
they've got these.
Man in it. It's like an extra man with the ball at the back passing. It really is. It's like you're playing against 12 men when you're passing. Yeah. So,
especially in the Ten Hag system as well. Like I agree, we need a passing goalkeeper at the back, but it isn't like De Gea is going to cost us like that badly. I don't think. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. Like booting the ball, I do not like it. Yeah, I've seen the times when he can pass the ball, but I think he started to pass a little bit more. Let's see how he gets on. Whether when it makes a difference to us winning and losing, then I'll say again. The other one was out of the blue, innit? It went under his hands. You'd never see that with De Gea.
He had a bad game. He had a bad game, man. Like it happens. Like you can't. This is the thing. You can't just be like, oh, he's awful because he had one bad game. This is where you've got to take it on. Like obviously, people will be bringing up all the stats and the pie charts and the this and the that. Bottom line is, mate, he's been our best player a number of years at this team. You know what I mean? He's won Player of the Year like 5 times, ain't he? You know what I mean? In his 11-year stay here. So
exactly.
a little bit of respect on De Gea's name, I think, wouldn't go amiss among Man United fans at the moment.
Exactly. But yeah, that's all we got time for today, of course. But we will be watching the game tomorrow, 5:45 live on whatever channel it's on. BT Sport. Is it on BT? It's not on BT, is it?
Europa League. Yeah, it's got to be BT Sport.
I think it is. Anyway, wherever it is, I'll be watching it. And
TV stream, however, it's getting watched. You know, I'm just gonna bring this up, Nate, for everyone as well, because we said it on Thursday, but obviously, rest in peace, Her Majesty. So
rest in peace, indeed. Hope that's Monday, isn't it? The actual
funeral.
ceremony. So Well, we'll be
Yeah,
watching that.
I ain't going anywhere near London on Monday. That's what I can tell you that much for now.
Stay away.
Yeah, it's good.
We'll be stuck.
Absolute mayhem up there, isn't it?
You got
Mayhem up there.
says he will make great saves, but he can't play up from the back and will make at least 10 horror mistakes. 10! Wow.
10, yeah, I can't have 10, man.
Has he ever
Like,
done
really?
10? Has he ever done mistakes?
And let me ask you this then, just before we go. Does he make 10 like match saving saves as well?
Yeah.
You've got to work these things out. That's what I'm saying about De Gea. Yeah, he's going to cost us on his passing, but his match winning saves are still top class. His saves are still in the top tier of goalkeeping.
That free kick he saved, that was going in the top bins, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think anyone else, it probably would have went in, especially if it was Henderson. That's the kind of goal Henderson would let in. Yeah, he'd be much better coming off his line and sweeping things up. So, you know, you see, he's not having
Henderson. Henderson's not the answer in my mind. I know a lot of people like Henderson, but no, I think like if we're going to replace De Gea, we need to go out and get an Edison, an Alisson, whoever the next one of those is out there.
Actually, driving by.
Oh, is it?
Past the school, yeah, I've seen him in his car.
What's he doing in Manchester, mate? What's he doing in Manchester?
Yeah, I didn't say anything to him, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they're always driving around these areas. I'm sure he probably lives in this area as well. But yeah, he makes great saves.
Oh, Edison. Sorry, you saw Edison, not Alisson. I thought you said Alisson, mate. Oh, the Liverpool keeper, yeah.
But then some people live in Manchester and drive to Liverpool, so
yeah, of course, he ain't that far away, is it?
He might be in Oldley Edge or Wilmslow or something like that, but he definitely was driving by. So yeah. Well,
I love how we're giving away a pinpoint location where Alisson lives now. Like, if you want to go and find him, like, he's probably just down the M62. Yeah, just past the M62. You'll find him down there.
SK9. No, I'm playing. Oh my god, it isn't a priority.
And lastly, he's not a priority problem. I agree with De Gea. That is what it comes down to for me. It's just not a priority problem. So,
yeah, guys. Well, anyway, let's wrap this up and let's see you 8:45 tomorrow, Garth. Hopefully with a nice win and one of us
big win.
Some points.
We're not even going to talk about that.
Am I still talking?
Yeah, because neither got a single point last week, mate. That's right. It's still 14-11 like it was 10 days ago, mate. You know, we've had 3 games this season where neither has scored a single point. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get better soon. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.